Hi, welcome to Iskandar Malaysia Eco-Life Challenge, also known as IMELC. Let me share you on how we successfully establish a climate change maker community through a comprehensive framework with full support from the strategy partners and supported by respective agency. The Intergovernmental Panels on Climate Change stated that the range of published evidence indicates that the net damage caused of climate change are likely to be significant and to increase over time. The global temperature will continue to rise for decades to come, largely due to the greenhouse gases produced by human activities. The study by IPCC have shown that carbon dioxide is the primary greenhouse gases emitted through human daily activities. This Kandam Malaysia Equal Challenge is the all-in module comprises training for the school teachers, students learning activities on low carbon society with their families and schools' effort in reducing the carbon emission. The module was then packaged into a competition to boost the motivation of Year 6 students in Johor, executed around September and October right after the end of UPSR examination and now continue to be integrated through the year. The MLC operational setting does not limit to the school population. It encouraged involvement from the parents, families, and communities at the school's vicinity. Interestingly, IMELC started from 2013 with only 23 pilot schools. However, due to the positive impact that changed the behavior of students as well as the teachers, it was continually improved and expanded over the year. Throughout the ninth year of IMELC implementation, number of IMELC champions being created from the school, teachers, students, and it consists of collaborative effort from the top to bottom as well in the inside of implementation circle. The challenge-based learning, rooted with the initial problem on global warming, drives students and schools to act upon the knowledge received on low carbon and subsequently results in behavioral change. In 2021, IMLC continued to innovate to tailor and suit with the digital native generation that are global, digital, social, mobile, and visual. The IMLC was implemented to all 906 primary schools in Johor, involved 400,000 students to meet the objective of IMLC in building the climate change maker in Johor. Acknowledging that IMLC were redesigned to suit the current generation with emphasis on the interactivity, accessibility, and gamification, where the students have to undergo 5 challenges related to the carbon emission from their daily activities and do reflection from each of the challenge. IMLC 2021 is also in the midst of moving from pedagogy towards andragogy learning mode that emulates the learning digital resources in the website. The root problem of global warming was given and discussed in IMLC to stimulate the students to learn and get into action through challenge-based learning. The meaningful learning experience were acquired by the student through the completion of all 5 challenges. Moving forward to IMSC 21, the stakeholder believe that number of schools are driven to participate in the low carbon movement despite the pandemic of COVID-19. Nevertheless, IMLC will continue to execute over 906 schools where numbers of aspects to be taken into consideration, especially in terms of sustainability, accessibility, and cost effectiveness. In terms of operation, by using AD approach, looking into all the feedbacks by the students, teachers, and stakeholders running the MLC using Google Classroom, MLC will then innovate into website. To ensure our future climate action advocates can really relate to the root cause of climate change and global warming, the animation of IMLC were redesigned and developed with very thorough discussion. Frequent meetings between stakeholders, website developers, animation were carried out to ensure that the essence of global warming can be delivered to the students. The feature design here are specifically to ensure the interactivity gamification element were highlighted. The IMLC website also designed to ensure active engagement between teachers and students throughout the IMLC website through chat, forum, announcement, resources, leaderboard appear in the school system. IMLC innovates the learning material and bridge the concept of active and systematic strategy with the use of digital teaching material infused with gamification in website through interactive manner using AD approach. The social media were optimized by the schools and the teachers, where the teachers can interact and discuss with the students, share the material, also communicate. The students were introduced with the material from the website as well. Through IMELC, the students learn the simulation for calculation of carbon from electrical and water consumption. Through these activities, students can relate the amount released from their activities in their house. In comparison to the normal IMELC approach, usually teachers find it difficult to explain and demonstrate the implication of water and electric usage towards carbon release in the atmosphere. Nevertheless, through IMLC, more meaningful learning experience can be achieved. From recycling activities, students can also relate the impact of poor waste management to the nature. In every activity in IMLC, students were prompted for reflection to think how their efforts like managing waste, conserving electric and water consumption, monitoring family vehicle usage, and contributes to a sustainable environment. This reflection activity could trigger them in higher order thinking, deep reasoning, and improve their language proficiency, as they were asked to relate their planned activity with the impact to the environment. MLC also assists in holistic development of students in terms of nurturing discipline and civic responsibility towards nature and the environment by promoting awareness in their responsibility towards nature. In addition, through recycling activities, students are encouraged to involve parents, family in this program. In a way, this activity also nurtures student leadership. The impact of foreign can be seen clearly through the participation of students, teachers, parents, and family in the MLC through the year. Despite COVID-19, the school believes that MLC should be continued and should encourage the student to be more aware of low carbon, ultimately build climate change maker among the student. Interestingly, MLC still empower the student to be advocates of low carbon initiative at schools and home. These could not be realized without the effort given by the school teachers in ensuring the learning and teaching of IMLC throughout the duration of competition. It is believed that the module design are engaging as well as to allow the student to be empowered to lead a low carbon life and successfully become the climate change maker, in which it could be seen from the reflection of the students on the thematic analysis where the three themes emerge, which is involve family support, developing LCS culture, low carbon society culture, foster positive attitudes, where we could see that they are more going into plant more trees, doing recycling, and have a lot of discussion with their family. They also have changed their mindset. They play a role to remind their family members to be mindful of recycling and also to cultivate recycling practice, as well as for them to actually feel happy because they're actually doing the right way, doing the right attitude for the environment, protect the environment. And then it is really nice to see how they actually improve over the time. And the impact can also be seen through the data generated on the water and electric bill reduction and waste management by the schools and individual that translate the action of the students to reduce the carbon in this world. Okay, for 2020, this is data recorded where we involve the 997,000 carbon reduction with 232 ton of recycling collection, as well as the income generated is about 101,000. This is the received acknowledgement through the following awards. We received nearly 20 gold award for exhibition in teaching and learning ideas for the professional inventor. Okayama is the award, global prize, and also IPEX and Pachikta IFEX. I think that's all for us. So we really hope that this impact can be reached to wider audience and also to be practiced by a lot of people, because this is the first low carbon website in Malaysia that empower primary students, teachers, and parents in tackling climate change. And we do hope that from these IMLC we are able to really produce and establish a climate change maker community in Johor, as well in Malaysia. With that, I really hope that we could make the difference to the world, and IMLC is part of the way. Thank you.